How biblical trust in God quiets daily anxiety in a fast-paced world. Why anxiety feels louder now. Most of us wake up to a glow before we greet a face. Overnight headlines stack in our notifications, the calendar pings, and a group thread has multiplied while we slept. A 10-minute commute can be a torrent of voices, podcasts, traffic alerts, snippets of world events, and by the time we sit down at a desk or a kitchen table, the heart has already sprinted a mile. Anxiety, in this age, is not just a feeling, it is a constant hum. It's the parent who scrolls at midnight, just to check, then discovers an hour gone and a pulse that now keeps sleep at bay. It's the employee toggling between 4 apps, aware that a delayed response may be interpreted as indifference. It's the student who knows the news in 20 countries but cannot hear her own thoughts for 5 quiet minutes. Our devices deliver a superpower: instant access and a trade-off: perpetual alertness. The soul was not designed to be always on. When concern becomes a cage, there is a kind of concern that is healthy and even holy. It moves us to plan, to care, to act. Parents double-check the back door at night. Leaders prepare carefully for a hard conversation. Neighbors notice who hasn't been seen in a while. But concern can harden into something else: rumination, hypervigilance, dread. We rehearse what could go wrong until the imagined future eclipses the real present. We mistake worry for love, as if mental strain were proof of devotion. Anxiety grows louder when life's pace accelerates and our inner pace refuses to adjust. We try to match the world's speed by tightening our grip. We binge information, hoping certainty will calm us, but every answer spawns 5 more questions. We promise ourselves that after the next email, meeting, or milestone, we will rest. Then we step over that line and draw a new one farther away. The cage is not just circumstances, it is the story we tell ourselves about control. Not all anxiety is the same. It matters to name terms with care. This book speaks to the everyday anxieties that most of us carry: persistent worry, mental noise, racing thoughts, and a felt distance from peace. These experiences are real and weighty, but they are not the same as clinical anxiety disorders, trauma responses, or medical conditions that require specialized care. If your symptoms are severe, persistent, or impairing: panic that interrupts daily life, sleeplessness that will not lift, despair that isolates, please seek professional help from a qualified clinician. Faith is not a rival to therapy or medicine. Often, God's kindness arrives through wise care. Pastors and Christian counselors can partner well, and this resource can be used alongside their guidance. There is no shame for the struggling. Scripture never scolds the weary. An invitation stronger than the noise into our hurry and heaviness. Jesus speaks an old invitation that sounds startlingly relevant. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn from me, for my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Matthew chapter 11 verse 28-30, ESV. He does not say, try harder, be tougher, or ignore your limits. He says, come, take, learn, and find. The promise is not the absence of responsibility, it is the presence of a better way to carry it. A yoke joined 2 animals so they could pull together with greater ease. Jesus, in his context, contrasts the ill-fitting loads of religious and cultural expectations with a yoke that actually fits. He is not adding weight to already bowed shoulders, he is offering himself as the one who bears it with us. Rest, in his vocabulary, is not escape, it is the deep steadiness of moving in step with him. A yoke that fits: picture a carpenter shaping wood to a specific set of shoulders. The yoke that fits is sanded where the skin has blistered. It doesn't remove the work, but it removes the rub. This is how Jesus deals with our inner life. He does not demand that we pretend we have no burdens, he refits how we carry them. We learn his pace, unhurried but purposeful. We learn his posture, gentle and humble in heart. And we discover, sometimes to our surprise, that rest can be found not only in the quiet moments we carve out, but in the ordinary minutes we already inhabit. A young manager once told me he thought peace was a place, a cabin, a week away, no Wi-Fi. Those gifts matter. But he learned, over time, that peace also arrives in motion. He began to notice it while walking from his car to the office, in the deliberate way he opened the door, in a whispered prayer before joining a Zoom. He did not leave his responsibilities, he learned a different yoke. That shift did not erase deadlines or challenges, but it weakened the tyranny of urgency. The noise around him did not vanish, its volume no longer defines him. What this book is and isn't still in the storm is a companion for the modern heart, clear, compassionate, and rooted in Scripture. It does not promise a life without trouble or a technique that silences every fear. It does promise a path of learning, a way of entrusting our anxious minds and restless days to a faithful God. You will not find scolding here. The tone of Jesus' invitation, gentle, humble, welcoming, sets the tone for these pages. Think of this book as a set of modest practices aligned with big truths. A handful of minutes, repeated with intention, can change a day's emotional weather. Simple prayers can become steady rails for a noisy commute or a sleepless midnight. Small, humane boundaries can clear space for attention and joy. Over weeks, these small things add up. They are not heroic, but they are holy. How to use this guide: each chapter pairs a short reading with a simple practice you can try the same day. They are designed to fit a lunch break, a morning before anyone else wakes up, or the 5 quiet minutes you claim in your car before walking into a room that asks a lot of you. Use them personally, or gather a friend or two for a weekly check-in. Small groups can read a chapter at a time and debrief what worked, what didn't, and what God is inviting next. Counselors and pastors can weave these practices alongside care, offering a shared language for prayer and reflection. You will also find reflection questions meant to surface patterns and invite gentle self-examination. Answer them honestly, without hunting for impressive responses. The goal is not performance, it is presence before God, before yourself, and when wise before others who can help you carry what is heavy. Begin here. A small experiment before you turn the page. Try this 2-minute start. Sit or stand where you are. Let your shoulders drop. Without hurrying, read Jesus' words aloud. Come to me and I will give you rest. Close your eyes for one breath and picture placing one specific worry into His hands. Don't solve it, just hand it over. Then open your eyes and ask, what would the gentler yoke look like in the next hour? Maybe it is answering one email instead of 10. Maybe it is walking down the hallway at a humane pace. Maybe it is choosing to notice one kindness you would otherwise scroll past. Start small. Grace likes small. Looking ahead, the pages that follow will explore what trust in God truly means, then move into practices suited for desk and dishwasher, hallway and highway. We'll address common struggles without shame and craft a simple plan for 30 days that you can adapt for your season of life. The aim is not to become an expert in anxiety but a student of Jesus, learning His way with our minds, our bodies, and our calendars. If the world has taught you to sprint, Jesus will teach you to walk with Him. If your inner narrator is loud and harsh, He will teach you a gentler voice. If rest has seemed like a luxury reserved for other people, He will show you how it can become a way of being in the middle of all you cannot yet change. Spiritual takeaway: you do not need a quieter world to begin to receive Christ's rest. You need His presence in the world you actually have. Come as you are, with the mind you currently carry and the pace you currently keep. Take His yoke, learn His pace, and you will find rest that fits. Reflection question: where does the always on hum feel loudest in your day right now, and what one small change could align your next hour with Jesus' gentler yoke?